How to get beautiful legs. In this tutorial, I'll teach you how to turn regular legs into beautiful glowing tan legs so you can say goodbye to pasty once and for all.
Pale and pasty go bye-bye.
To achieve this look, here are the steps you'll need to follow. First, pre-exfoliate, then exfoliate, shave, moisturize, apply your tanner, and then apply a light body oil. Let's break that down step by step.
Break that down.
The first thing you're going to want to do is create a pre-exfoliant. And I'm using bag balm and a mixture of lotion in an old container and just mixing it up. You can use whatever you'd like. You could use oil or lotion. The idea here is just to get a good base going so that your exfoliator works better and has something to glide around on. Don't forget to get into those little crevices around your toes and ankles. Otherwise, you might have some dark streaky spots when you apply your tan. Next up is your exfoliator. I prefer and have consistently used for years St. Ives Apricot Scrub. I love it. But if you don't want to have to buy something, you can opt to make it yourself. You can use olive oil and sugar or olive oil and salt, or maybe some other creative combination of ingredients. You're basically going to give yourself a massage, rubbing in circles and just making sure that you're getting an even application all throughout your leg. Don't get too carried away with being abrasive. You don't want to create any scratches or cause stinging afterwards. If you have very calloused areas like underneath the bottoms of your feet, I highly recommend getting a Mr. Pumice stone and scrubbing those calloused areas until you can feel sensitivity. If you can feel it right off the bat, don't use it. It's really only meant for those very thick layers of callus. What's going to come off is pretty gross, but you can just clean it in the sink when you're done, and your feet should feel a lot softer. When you're done exfoliating, use a loofah or one of those exfoliating hand mitts and rinse off your exfoliator. Make sure you get it all because the next step is going to be shaving. So you want to have a smooth surface and you don't want to have those little fine granules. Shaving is an art form in and of itself. It really helps if you use a great lotion. Some good options are Lady Cremo, or you could even use Gillette Fusion, which is meant for men. But my favorite is the EOS Shave Cream, and it comes in a variety of different scents, but I love the way that it applies and the way my skin feels afterwards. If you've never used a shaving lotion versus a foam, it is a little bit different. You need to apply water first, and then just apply a tiny bit of the lotion, not too much, and then use your razor to just slide over that lotion. Don't push hard at all. Allow the lotion to do its job, and you shouldn't have to push at all. Always make sure that you're using a good and sharp razor, otherwise it can be dangerous. The main takeaway with your moisturizer is that you want to use a light enough lotion so that you're not going to prevent the tan from actually forming. And the other thing is just to make sure that you're getting the dry areas like your toes and your knees and around your ankles. Everywhere else you just want to apply a fairly light layer. The goal here is to avoid any dark spots and to give you enough slip so that your tanner slides over easily. It shouldn't become a barrier to the tan. Tanner options are endless. For me, it has to smell okay and work really well and be a deep dark tan. My favorite one by far is the Sun Laboratories, which is available on Amazon, and I'll put a link in the description. And I have one of these little tanning mitts. I actually have a bigger one, but we'll use a little one for this demonstration. Just rinse it off and get it a little bit damp before you do your application. When you're ready, squirt a little bit of the color onto your mitt. Not too much, but enough to get a good application going. And then start working in circles. And basically you're going to apply it on your leg and then rub out the streaks if you see any. So I typically recommend working from the bottom up, but in this video, just to make sure I got it all in, I started at the top. And then I always do the knees and the feet last. So just working that in, reapplying as needed, and going kind of light on the feet and the knee area, so don't rub that in too hard. Wait a couple of hours to see how your tan develops and reapply if you need to. The last step is to apply a body oil. I recommend a light body oil. You can use bio oil or Neutrogena makes a good one. And you can also pick one up at Sally's Beauty Supply called Proclaim. That's a good one as well. Just rub it all over your leg. You should actually have 2 bronze legs, but I have only one for demonstration purposes here. And don't overdo it, but give it a nice, glowy, beautiful sheen. Well, that's it. And now it's time to admire your new legs. The one on the left is the before picture, and the one on the right clearly does not look like the underbelly of a dead carp. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.